Good Friday evening. I almost said morning. Sometimes I lose track of my days. My name is John Newman, host of Sports Card Nation. I am doing Breaking Cardboard tonight. We're going to try to do this every other Friday, much like we used to do with Menches. I like live stuff. I sort of semi-retired. I still do Hobby Hotline, but I wanted to bring this show back, which in its old incarnation it was once a month. I want to try to do these twice a month. We always have a guest because me by myself is no fun for you or for me. So we're gonna have guests or guests. There'll be sometimes we have more than one person. Tonight we have a gentleman who I really like. Although this is the first time I've ever shared the screen with him at the same time. He's a lot of times he's in the chat rooms, whether it's Hobby Hotline or Menches or something else I'm doing. The one thing I love about this guy is he doesn't mince words. I try to be like that as much as possible, give you the straight scoop, even if you don't like what I'm going to say or agree with what I'm going to say, right? One of the biggest compliments I'll get is, John, hey, I don't agree with everything you say, but I appreciate that you speak from the heart and you care and you're passionate and yada, yada, yada. So this guy kind of embodies that, and I tend to gravitate to that. And so for the first time where we're going to share the screen today, I'm glad to have him on. We're going to open a couple packs along the way, not all at once, but we'll take a little quick breaks and open packs. I'm going to open two packs, 87 Donruss, see what we get. And if you've been in the hobby a long time, or even if you haven't, 89 Upper Deck. Which is the number one card, right, Griffey? This is the low number, so there's a better chance at a Griffey than if this was a high series pack. I've had these quite a while. I've got stash packs in this room all over the place. But enough talking. Let me bring on my guest for the first time. We're going to share the screen, Mr. Mike Petty. Welcome.
Hey, what do you say there, Onion Top? Good to see you, my handsome friend.
Well, listen, that was I just gave you a nice intro where I say like you speak the truth and then you call me handsome. So you're proving me wrong right off
Oh shoot! Well,
right
great. It's
right off
good
the
to be
bat.
on with you tonight. I can't believe I'm
Yeah,
pitching
this
big time now.
well, I don't know. Again, yeah, I don't know, but I
Uh,
listen. I really appreciate the way you are, Mike, and you love the hobby, right? And that's what we're here. We share that common thread. Let me get some
I
hellos.
do.
Kind of vintage eyeballs. Looking forward to it.
What's
There's
up, Brett?
Orlando.
Hey,
We got
Orlando.
Mookie. Mookie's in the house.
A main man, Mook.
I'll try to get to as many of these as I can. MI3
Hey, Logan.
cards. Logan, my fellow hobby
I
hotline
love
guy.
him.
Yeah, you never know what you get when you click on those Pornhub links. Be careful there. Luckily, you got us and
Uh,
not something else. So, Mike Petty Nation, we got Adam
all
in the
right,
house.
Adam.
So,
Thanks, Adam.
so this is again real quick. This is a show I used to do probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. I think I got up to like 6 episodes, and then kind of Menches kind of filled in. Danny's busy with Sports Illustrated Collect, so Menches kind of became difficult. Contrary to popular belief, me and Danny are still friends. It's just we don't talk as much, and so it became a little difficult. So I'm like, I'm gonna relaunch this show, and I'm like, hey, who do I want to have on? I
Fake
made a list
mensch.
of
I'm a
yeah,
fake
there you
mensch.
go.
Fill in
Yeah.
matzah. I'm a
So,
yaka. Breaking
so I
matzah with
have
a
a list
mensch.
of folks. I'm gonna try to get to them all, but Mike was right at the top of the list, and here we are,
I
Mike.
think
And
so.
listen, I think we share similar sentiments on this next topic. We're gonna beat around a little bit here, and that's the breaking part of the hobby. For real quick, for those who don't know, breaking is where you buy whether you buy a random team, a team, and a breaker will open a case, a box, a series of boxes, and you get all the cards of that team. It's a little more than that, but I'm giving you the sort of Cliff Notes version. Let me start out by saying, Mike, I'm old. I've been doing this a long time. I grew up in the era when you were kids and you bought your packs or you bought your box, like everyone had their packs and everyone had their box, and you open your own stuff. I remember my friends would say, Newman, I'm done with my packs. Let me open a couple yards. And I'd slap their hand away, like, no, man, I don't, it's not my fault you open your packs too quick. I'm opening my packs. If you would have told the younger version of me, hey, 30 years from now or whatever, years from now, people are going to pay other people to open their stuff on a screen, on a live screen, and then just send them the cards, I would have thought you were insane. Like,
It
that's
is.
never
It's
going to be a
insane.
thing.
I mean,
That's never going to be a thing. I don't even want you open my pack in front of me when I'm sitting next to you. I sure as heck don't want you open it who knows how many miles away. So
opening the packs though are like the purest form of card collecting.
it is.
Getting your hands on the packs themselves and opening them. I mean, we all started out that way. And I don't know. It's just, I think that what it's become it's just out of control. I think it's not a gateway to the hobby. It's a gateway to leave the hobby. So for me, I'm all about the hobby and the cards. And people say, yeah, you should collect what you like and all that. And people are having fun with it. They're using it as entertainment. But you know what? I don't find entertainment in like burning $100 bills. I really don't. You know what? If I like to stack the $100 bills, that's what I like to do. That's entertainment. I'll watch a show for entertainment. I don't need somebody opening baseball card packs and then yelling and screaming on the screen, or they don't even send you all the cards. They throw half of them in the trash.
Yeah.
It's obscene what
Yeah.
they're doing on the, and then you got companies like Whatnot. I call them Why Not? Well, because they are a cesspool of people on there that are just going and they're ripping people off left and right. I'm not about ripping people off. That's all.
Yeah.
I draw the line there with the breakers. So I have strong feelings on it. If you want to do it, who am I to say you can do whatever the hell you want? I don't really care. But I would, if my kids were doing breaking, I'd be slapping them upside the head and making sure I take the credit card away from them. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I've had people say, John, because I set up at shows as a dealer. I've done on, eBay, and I sell online, not live, but I list stuff and sell
Mhm.
that way and as a deal. And every once in a while I get asked, have you ever thought about breaking or having, running a breaking out? And I got to be honest with you, not really. It's never crossed my mind. It's just, it's not my thing. Full transparency. Have I ever bought into a break? Yeah, I have, but it's probably the last time I ever did that was
Mhm.
5 or 6 years. I guess if I have to say anything on the positive side, Mike, about breaking is it does afford some folks maybe an opportunity to get an expensive product, right? That can't afford, a whole box. In other
If you
words,
can't afford it,
trans.
then you shouldn't buy it.
No, I
You
don't
shouldn't be
disagree
buying
with
any
you.
packs. You shouldn't be buying any
I,
packs. You should save your money and get it.
I don't
Buy
I
it.
don't I don't I don't disagree with you. But let's take a product
Okay.
like Transcendent, right?
Oh, one
30K.
of my favorites,
But you know what?
Transcendental.
You could buy a spot for, I don't know, 100, couple $100, and potentially get that 1-on-1 auto that's in each of those metal
Is
suitcases,
that what's
right?
in? Is that what those are? The
Yeah,
Transcendent?
yeah,
Transcendent?
yeah. But you make a great point too. You could get skunked. You could get, a Jose Kendo. Uh, I'm making up a name, but
Not
you know
that
what
you
I mean.
can't. Not that you can. You will get skunked. Look,
Yeah,
they say that
most
this
of
is
the
like
time.
it's like playing the lottery. So you might win most of the time. When you don't know the odds of these breaks per se, at least you know
Yeah,
the odds of the California lottery, right?
yeah,
Or any lottery in your state. And they've called that the idiot tax for years.
yeah,
Lottery. Who plays the
yeah,
lottery? I mean, if you want to play $10 here and that, that money is gone. And that's kind of what these guys are doing. If you're not thinking that these mystery packs are the other things that they're tied in. So you basically have two things that are driving the economy in the hobby. You have breaks and you have mystery packs. You have mystery pack buyers that are loading the liquidity up for everybody, making
Yeah.
and look, this is the musical chair game that is not going to end well. Now, Fanatics, they're pushing it to the moon, and they don't, because all
Yeah.
they care is fast money. They're not looking 5 years down the road. They've got some kind of a mystery pack coming out now that's an NFT or something, a digital fuzz
Don't get.
pack.
We could do a whole show
Well, this
on
is
digital
what we're
fuzz.
talking about, because we're talking mystery packs and breaks are the same to the hobby. They are the boil on the ass of the hobby, and that's all.
Yeah.
That's my.
Well, here's the
opinion.
problem. Here's the problem. How many times we see a breaker? And listen, not every breaker is a bad
No,
person, right?
no.
But how
In
many
fact, they're
times?
probably more good than bad, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know.
no doubt. Well, how many times we see the bad one, right? Take something off the screen, and then miraculously we never see it again, or we
Mhm.
hear the stories like where they refuse to send someone their rightful cards and claim this
And
or
you have
that.
companies like Whatnot, these major platforms that are
Yep.
now supporting that crap.
Yeah.
And that,
Yep.
when they have the guys at the top that aren't saying it, now they're not a sponsor of yours, are they?
No, not
Okay,
at
so
all.
or what about the other guy? Like you have the arena clubs and the card bases and
No, I've
all
had
these guys
arena.
are
I've
in
had
there.
arena club on Sports Card Nation, like reps from to talk
Okay.
about
Yeah, they
what
talk.
they
They
do.
come on and they're always trying to sell something on your
Yeah,
show. Like, so I'm not selling anything but truth
yeah.
and knowledge from based of 50 years of card collecting. Actually, I guess it's probably been more than that. I mean, I'm 63 years old now. You never
God
know it.
bless you.
Looking at the
God bless
profile,
you.
but
You
I'm
look
much older
you look
than you.
younger than me.
I'm like,
I don't how,
right.
I don't know what you're gonna. I'm gonna after we go off the air. I'm gonna have to ask you for like a recipe book or
It's just
something.
a
But
good gene pool, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I just don't see the fascination with it. That people want to jump in and they want to buy
yeah,
a card they can't see on Whatnot for $20 when it's $1 card, and they want to tip the guy another $20 because his wife has been kidnapped or something
yeah,
stupid. You know what I mean?
yeah.
These are the kind of scams that are on
It's
there.
you couldn't script some of this stuff like Disney, like Hollywood. Hollywood say this is too crazy. We're not doing
That
this.
can't be the hobby. And do you think you're going to get more people into the hobby? Well, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
because people are pretty stupid.
Well, I think you
So,
will.
I mean,
Here's
I
the
don't know.
thing: you'll get people in, Mike, but will they stay for the long haul like me and you
Well,
have?
no, they won't. They don't
Yeah,
care because they're in for a quick buck and then they're out. We're not in it for a quick buck. We're in it for the enjoyment
yeah.
of the hobby. And like you always say, I used to think you were a nutcase. You always say the hobby is the people. I'm going, no,
It
it's
is a
not. The
people.
hobby's the cards. And
It is, but listen.
turns out you were right. I do have to give that to you.
You scared me for a minute.
No, I know, but you're right. I mean, that's what
It
turned
is.
out
And
to
listen,
be.
the cards are the common bond we share, right?
Mhm.
But the stories of how we acquired that card, or someone looked out for us and say, "Hey, man, I know you're looking for this card. So and so has it, right?" Or when we go to the national and we get together and have dinner, and sometimes we're not even talking about the hobby at that point. We're just goofing
Mhm.
off and enjoying a beverage and joking about who knows what, right? It's that camaraderie, right? It's like when you hear an athlete that's retired and he's interviewed like his post career, and they ask him like, "Do you miss the game?" And a lot of times you hear him say, "You know what? I miss my teammates.
Right.
I don't miss the game. I can't play it anymore. I'm 50 years old, but I miss being in the dugout. I miss being in the clubhouse, the locker room with my teammates." I think the hobby is like that too. If we just did
Mhm.
this all by ourselves and didn't share the stories or our passion, we wouldn't enjoy it as much. I'm not saying we wouldn't still do it, but we wouldn't.
I still would enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, because I think we're all a little bit of a loner to some degree. I mean, a lot of us collectors are, we're anal to some degrees. Like either we're fixated on centering, or we're semi hoarder, or there's something with us that drives us to collect. But then also we're all human beings and we like to connect. And it is a fascinating concept of like meeting people that do love what you're doing, and it does increase the enjoyment. There's no question about it.
Yeah, and I've seen people who would tell you they're like introverts or they're pretty shy,
Like
but when
me.
the hobby, yeah, and the hobby brings out that other side of them, right? Where
Uh-huh.
maybe you know, when people don't believe me when I tell them, like as a younger kid, I was super shy. Like if you would have told the younger version of myself, you'll be doing this all these years later, I would have thought you were nuts or on drugs. And
Right.
and here we are, right? So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I agree. Breaking, but what if I said this? And I've said this
Mhm.
on many of my shows, and I'm not going to back off it, whether you agree or disagree. I will say this: love breaking or hate breaking, it did save the wax part of the industry. Like it, you know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
Tops and the Paninis and the other card manufacturers. There was a point where wax was not selling on the levels we know today,
Hmm.
collecting a little bit of dust, and the breaking industry saved it, which is why I believe it's embraced in the way that it is by your paninis and fanatics, and that's what you. I mean,
So you're saying,
would you agree with that?
you're saying they need smoke and mirrors to sell their product then, and a lot of verbal BJs basically to people, and
I mean, it is
selling
what it
that they
is.
have
I
new
mean,
products every week. I mean,
yeah,
like you mentioned something tonight, I almost forgot about Transcendent. I've got a few names down here, and I like the chat to come up with some of these names too, like Obsidian. I don't know what that Nebula, Diamond Icons, Mercury, Triple Thread, Gilded, Sapphire, Definitive. These are just a few. If you type breakers, Cosmic, Bowman Chrome, and then you've got so many parallels of each one of these, and this is all in 1 year. I mean, where does the stupidity end to where they have to push everything for the moment, and then now it's on to something else, and then you've got this debut patch selling for $1 million. I mean, who in the hell in their right mind is going to buy that? A Paul Skeeny's patch for $1 million.
Dick
You must
Dick
have more
Sporting
dollars than.
Goods.
Oh, Dick bought it. Well, that reminds me. I'm
A
not
Dick bought
buying
it.
any
A
more.
Dick bought it. Dick
No
Sporting
more.
Goods.
They're off my list. No more paddleball, pickleball shoes there. Nothing. Nothing from Dick. No more bats. But I mean, good
Well,
for them.
and I'm not defending them. Dick Sporting Goods bought it. I believe they're headquartered in Pittsburgh. That's their corporate headquarters. So
Hmm.
they're putting it in their like flagship store. What I want to
So
see,
that's a good tax write off for them.
yeah,
You know,
what
if
I
they.
want to see is what kind of security that's going to be behind, and like, are
What
they
I
going to
want to
hire
see is
some?
how fast it drops like a lead balloon, like Wile E.
Yeah.
Coyote off the cliff.
Well, listen, I like Paul Skeens. He's a pitcher. You know
Oh,
the
I
deal
like
with
him.
pitchers. Yeah, I mean
You
he's
know what I
good.
like that? You know what I like more than him? My
A
bank account.
vintage.
My bank
Yeah,
account.
that
That's what
and
I like.
vintage
I
cards.
don't like. I mean, $1 million for that. Come on, you must have. Obviously, it's somebody who has billions and buys $1 million cards like we buy $1,000 or $100.
Can
So
you imagine?
more power
You
to
know,
them.
when I see a card sell for that, especially if it's on the more modern side, Mike, I just think of all the vintage cards I could buy for that kind of dough if I was spending that
I'll
kind of
make a
dough.
deal. By the time I'm going to be 68 years old, I'll be Orlando's age, right? In 5 years. If that card isn't worth 100,000 or less, on camera on your show, I will do a nude cartwheel into my pool and a belly flop.
Well, listen, come to Central New York,
Even
you can do that, and
I'll do a
you could
belly
go
flop
into
in
the hot
three
tub.
inches of in 3 inches of water. I'll do a belly flop.
You could go into the hot tub.
Yeah,
One comment here from MI3, the hobbies of people. We keep talking about the kind of people ripping off on whatnot. Well, listen, like Mike said
that's the
earlier, right? I
people.
think yeah. Well, I think there's more good people. Let's be real. There's
There is.
more
Now,
good
like
people.
I want to put a shout out to a guy who taught me all these
Sure,
terms that I'm
sure.
going to go through. His name is Arnie. He's on a channel is thecarddeal.com. He does breaks, but he's also a collector. And this guy is the nicest guy and is patient with me when I didn't know any of these things. Like Rip, I knew what was, but like he's got jumbo boxes, hangers, bangers, bong hits, case breaks, holy grail pulls, jaw dropping hits, monster pulls, retail super box, mega mystery, blaster, fat packs. I mean, massive 101s, all these things. So I want to give him a shout out because I talked to him in lieu of this and said, I want to let people know that there are good people out there, and I consider him one.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't want to be called a breaker or anything like that. He says what he does is he runs a virtual card shop. And that's basically it.
Yeah.
It's a virtual card shop where you can buy supplies, you can buy singles, you can get into some team breaks. And I thought, and Orlando knows him. Arnie is his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to give him a shout out. But I want a shout out to a guy like Stink Bomb or whatever his name is, and Backdoor. We don't need these backdoor guys.
I know it's really borderline. Is it like a porn channel or is it a hobby?
Well, I mean, it is because that's what they're talking about, and then they don't get and then they don't get any any demerits for it whatsoever. It's just business as usual, people, because it's all about money.
Yeah, the only thing I definitely want to get rid of the let's go when they hit something big.
Wait until tonight, because I'm debuting Mike Petty and the Card Breakers new breaking mystery packs.
There you go. Look at that, man. Look at that.
It's got a kaboomy, and you get an ass packing, and you get what does that say? I forgot what I wrote. Oh, it's included. That's mystery pack, and then that's all the details.
That's your odds.
Yeah,
is that the odds?
It's been scanned hanger hot pack banger, and we're.
What I want to know. What I want to know was that pack cat scanned.
Yeah, all my packs in my new company are going to be scanned. You're going to see some breaks tonight, and for $100, I'm selling some guy. People are selling these on eBay, right? They come up with these fancy packs. They send you a white envelope with 4 cards in it. They haven't even they're not even wrapped. I'm like, what the hell is this? This isn't a mystery pack. This is a mystery pounding. It's like I'm giving you money.
I will say this.
You're sending me crap. What kind of
I will say this.
Nobody lets them do that.
After seeing the design of that wrapper,
how do you like it?
Canadian Fanatics needs to call you. Like that, I like that. That's sharp looking.
It comes to basketball, football, and most importantly, kaboomy!
All right, I want to dispel the rumor. It's a full shirt. It's a full shirt.
I got a big shirt.
Now, if you want to have, I don't think they make a half shirt, but I'd have to wear like a medium. Then it would become one. So
I can wear an extra small and then be like that guy. Wear some glasses. Let's go.
Yeah, we get the let's go. We got to retire the let's go.
No,
if I had, if I had a nickel for every let's go or hello Newman I hear,
Newman.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to work ever.
They yelled out. All the players yell "Let's go." That's all they yell. They yell it.
I know. I think it's more of a sports thing, and then I think the hobby kind of stole it. So let's give it back to them, and let them keep it again.
Good point.
Let them keep it again.
Whatever.
All right. So let's. I'm gonna. You want to open? You got a couple packs too. You got a few more packs than me.
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, go ahead, because I know you got a few more.
This is a 1990 Premier Edition football. Now I remember getting these.
I remember those.
Remember these things? I was collecting them.
Yeah.
I want to tell you the hits because this is the hits we're gonna get. Jerry Rice. I'm going to keep it. I don't know how to move my camera or anything, or how to. Here I am.
Yeah, just do the best you can. This isn't.
Oh, zinger! You see that? I almost went everywhere.
I don't know if we're going to win an Emmy anyway, so do the best you can.
I'm not a hand model or anything. Number 74, whoever that is. Paul Gruber. I have to sweat him. Brian Blades. Who are these guys? Give me somebody good. Eric Williams. What a bum.
Yeah, don't take the pack off the screen. We can't. We got to trust you.
We got
to keep the trust.
Look at this guy. He's Mac Jones of his era. John Forcade. I need him in a 1 of 1. Boy, this is a beating. Perry Kemp. Keep in mind, this is what's going to happen to all your shit that you're opening up today. Perry
But
Cook,
no Hall of Famers yet. You haven't hit a Hall of Famer
Keith
yet.
Jones. Of course you didn't. Eric Allen, he's a Hall of Famer.
He is. All right, there's
And
the
he's
first
an
one.
Engel. Oh, look at him. He can't string a sentence together, but boy, can he run. That, my friends, is what we call a hit. Ba, 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 ba. Let's go. Pharrell Edmonds. We got one hit. And wait till you see, remember this? Wait till you see what my packs are loaded with. Don Mosbar. What a bum. Oh! Another one.
Is that LT?
Whoops-a-daisy. Whoops-a-daisy. I'll get that one in my back pocket. LT.
I
That's gotta be
I
worth
got
at
to.
least-
I'm not going to tell it today, and I think I've told it on the show. I met him at one of the Nationals. That was a hilarious story.
Was he doing blow?
I think he might have been because he wouldn't. I was like trying to be polite and like I talked to him for like 6-7 minutes, and then I'm like, "All right, LT, I won't bug you." And he grabbed me by my arm and pulled me back. He said, "Oh man, let's talk." And he wanted
these
to
guys,
talk.
because nobody wants to talk to him anyway. They know, so then they can tell a cool guy when they see one. All right, let's see what you got. That was it.
All
I'm going to
right,
get that graded, the LT. Let me
there
take a
you
look
go.
at it. What do you guys think? Oh, look, I think the corner's a little bent.
You dropped it, so
Oh, shoot.
wait,
It's a little bent.
that's a sharp corner. That's a
I
sharp
think I
corner
can get
now.
that out with a little Kurtz.
Yeah,
Let me try.
you just got to roll
No,
it. You got to
trim it
get
a
the
little.
rolling kit.
Let me trim it a
Oh.
little. Whoops, a daisy missed. I knew I
Altered.
shouldn't have. I knew I shouldn't have drank before the show.
It's authentic
All right.
altered now.
All right, let's see
So
what
there
you
you go.
got.
All right, I'm gonna try to. I didn't test this out before, so I'm gonna
Me
try
neither.
to.
Mine was
See if
pretty.
I
Oh,
can-
look at you! You're fancy.
I'm
You
gonna
know what you're-
lower this. I also not a hand model, so let's see how this works. I'm gonna set it down here and get rid of the wrapper. Oh, that's the other thing breakers do. They have to
Right.
show either like an empty box. So there you go. All right, you got your.
Let's see. Wait.
There's your puzzle. You got your
Oh,
puzzle.
you got a
piece
puzzle.
Clemente.
That's a
Remember the
Clemente.
Clemente? Oh,
Yeah,
look at this! Right off the
Uh-oh.
bat. Right off the
Mike
bat.
Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, that's a major hit.
there you go.
That's a.
Is that
Let's
Dewey
go.
Evans?
That's a case hit.
Oh, Tony Armas.
Tony Armas.
I'm trying to read it like
Yeah, it's
Bob
hard to do.
Boone. Bob Boone.
Boozle.
Aaron Boone's. Bob Boone.
Bob
Aaron's
Boozle.
dad.
Yeah. Mookie
Jose
Chilson.
Guzman.
Oh, Jose Guzman.
Jose Guzman. Chuck
Jack
Carey.
Morris. Who?
No relation to Mariah. Chuck
Mariah
Carey.
Carey, yeah.
John
Good.
Crook. This was
Oh.
actually when I still play softball, Mike. And
Yeah.
this is actually one of my nicknames. They call me Crook.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
No.
you play with them. You'll run circles.
No,
around that old
no.
man.
No, they just say I look like him when I play softball. Although he's a lefty, I don't bat lefty, so
You
I'm
can
the
switch in.
right-handed.
Oh,
Is
he's
that
a
Dave
Cy
Steve?
Cy Young Award winner. This is a pack that's loaded.
Dave Steve? Is that? I'm trying to look with
Another Philly.
Glenn Wilson.
Yeah. Andy Messersmith. No.
Yeah, Matuzak. Remember Len Matuzak?
Len Matuzak. He was a Dodger? Who's this guy?
Rafael Belliard. I remember him
Oh.
as a Brave.
Yeah, he was a bum. 220 hitter. Couldn't hit water if
The
he
next
fell out
boat.
of a boat.
Wayne Krenchicki, the legend, the legendary.
He was good.
Wayne
Oh
Crinch.
boy. Mhm.
There we go. Kirby, Diamond King. Kirby,
That's a
Diamond
good
King.
one. That's an insert hit.
Yeah.
Andre Dawson.
Yeah, the Hawk.
He's a Hall of Famer. That was a great pack you had. You didn't scan them?
Yeah, I've opened worse 87 Donruss, Randy Myers.
Oh, yeah.
And
Rated
to close
rookie.
it out, you got to end on a sour note, Joey Meyer.
But you got two big hits. I'd say you won that battle, even though I had Lawrence Taylor. But unfortunately, my Taylor got a little problem. All
Yeah.
right. So what are we next? Do we
you
want
want to open one more, and then we'll
I got two more.
go
to
with
open.
go with the legends. Go with the
Oh,
legends.
that was my secret pack. There's lots of hits in this. This is series two. We're looking for Joe Shoelace Joe. And I'll tell you what, that pack came open a little too easy. We're
Uh-oh.
looking for a Shoelace Joe or a Babe Ruth. Ty Cobb is in this set.
It's a
Series
good point
2.
right here. You have a die cut. You got a die cut
I
before
do
there
have
were
a die cut.
cuts.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go
Before
for
there
the-
was die
I can
cuts.
see the back, so I don't want to see the back. Tony Bendejo, LaRussa. He's a drinker like me.
He's still going.
Ken Holtzman. Well, that looks pretty good.
Listen,
Yeah.
Jewish. He made my when me and Danny did our 10 top Jewish ball players. Ken Holtzman made.
Did not realize he was Jewish, but I mean,
Yep.
he's nice to know he is. I'm one of the boys.
We can make an
That's
argument, Mike, not to steal your pack thunder.
Go
here.
ahead. Oh, there's no
He's
thunder.
the second best Jewish pitcher in baseball history. I think
Really?
we all know the first one. Yeah,
Well, that's why he's in the legends.
yeah.
And in '73,
He
was
just
21
passed away a couple months ago.
Did
too,
he? He
by
was
the way.
21-3 with a 2.97.
Yeah.
That's a pitcher. He's better than
Yep.
Paul Skeenies will ever be. Keep that in mind. Hank Bauer. He was a drinker.
Yeah.
He used to go out with Mick.
I think that whole Yankee team. I think if you played on the Yankees during that time.
Oh, here's a
Well,
big
you-
hit. Lee Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton, they called him in his later years.
I reckon I don't got to read
Hoyt Wilhelm. That guy can throw a knuckleball.
Yeah, he's an underrated guy. He's
He
an
pitched
underrated
for
guy.
47 major league teams. He pitched for 40 years. He has got 300 wins. Earl Averill. That's the guy I'm going to get. No Babe Ruth. Babe! Smokey Burgess. We're down to the last two here. Huzzing! Jesse Haynes. Now I'm starting to get irritated. Whoopsie. Look at that. The Whitey Ford finally
Chairman.
pulled something. The
Chairman
of the boards.
Yeah, he drank too, but he could pitch. He knew when to stop. He knew when to stop drinking.
This was definitely a waste of time and money, this pack. I'll tell you what, I wish I wouldn't have spent $85 on that pack. I was looking for the chase hit and I didn't get it. Oh, and I threw my pack away. All right, so
Well, in fairness, we're opening different packs, so it's hard to compare apples to oranges. So you've never bought into a break then?
No, I would never give them the pleasure of giving them 50 cents for a break, not a nickel. I kind of stand like I'd much rather piss it away on something stupid than buying a break. I just don't. I don't like to gamble.
See, I like to gamble on stuff I feel like I have a fighting chance. So I like to drop a few bucks on sports.
I can understand that. I mean, I don't bet sports anymore.
At least
on DraftKings.
At least there's a fighting chance if you follow whatever sport you know.
I used to play rotisserie baseball, high stakes, for many years.
Yeah.
Since the 1980s when we were,
Yeah.
counting the stats by hand or having them faxed every week. So I found myself, scouting teams. I would go to spring training games. I would look for all the rookies, and I literally would draft that way. Then I played in the FBC for a while with some of those guys, and I was always competitive. But then I'll tell you what, when your pitcher gets rocked in the first inning and you start getting mad, and it's not even a money thing, really. It's just, it's time to stop. So that fantasy football, similarly, I don't play a lot. I'll play in a friendly league, but even friendly leagues,
I was going to say you can play in the no money leagues where it's no big. Like if you do,
yeah. I mean, but I would be the same way on Sunday. Watching the red zone and getting mad and going like, I can't believe there's 10 touchdowns and my guy's got nothing. All right,
well, I'm a Steeler fan, so I'm already going to get mad at football. So I might as well just be in the fantasy league too. It's no.
Yeah, you might as well. They stink anyway. So now what are you gonna do?
I don't know what's going on there. They don't even have a real quarterback yet.
They somewhat got a good team, but they just can't put it together. I guess I don't know.
No.
All right, what's your last pack going here?
All right, you ready? You want to save it? Let's save it. Let's talk a little more, and we'll save it here for kind of the next.
When I pull out, when you get my pack coming, you're gonna get a lot of
I'm looking forward to that. I almost don't want you to open it. The wrapper looks so nice. I was like, don't rip
Don't
that.
worry, there's more where that came from. I'll be selling these on my website
Your
after
new
the show
breaking
for
channel.
$250. There's who knows what could be in there. Mystery grab
Well,
bag.
you're gonna need someone behind the scenes to ship all these orders out.
I'm gonna
I know
have a
guy.
hot hand model next to me. She's gonna be
There you
putting them
go.
into the penny sleever, the penny savers, whatever they call them. Because I don't use those things, but all right. So yeah, I mean, I have these 2 packs. I'll open another if you want to hold yours back.
Yeah,
Okay.
open one more.
I
I'll
got
save
this one.
mine.
This has lots. Always had lots.
Michael
of
Jordan. Is there
It's the
Michael
first
Jordan
one.
in this?
I don't think so. I think it's because I think he was in the first one. But you know who it does have in it? Manute Bull. And some people say he is the modern day Wembley. And you knew it took us 36 minutes before his name came up. You love that guy. There's never.
Well, don't forget Bobo. I don't know where he is now, but Bobo.
Hot hand model. Oh, my wife heard that. She must be watching. She says no hot hand models. All right, so let's just see what we got here. Whoops, Caitlin Clark. Scott Skiles.
You know, if you squint, that did look a little bit like.
Didn't it look like a girl? Look at how these were beautiful. Steve Coulter, remember him? I don't.
No, I actually don't.
I got problems with upside downs. Jerry
West. Got to jump.
No, Mark West.
We got jump ball. There's a jump ball right there.
Okay, I've got to keep it above board. Whoopsie! I don't want people to see.
You got a Jordan here, dude. Be careful manhandling those. You get a Jordan.
Michael Adams. God, were these guys bums? You like the way? Here comes something good. Orlando Woolridge. He was J. Rule before whatever his name is, Ja Morant. Harvey Grant.
Yep. Twin brother of Horace.
Anthony. Is this Tony Webb?
Is it Spud?
No, I don't think so. It's Anthony Webb. I would
rather
that was
have before Spud. He was Spud.
Greg Grant. Remember him?
Yep, I do.
You do?
I'm embarrassed to say I do. But yep.
Hakeem the Dream. Let's look at this thing. It is perfect.
There you go.
That's a case hit. That is a life-changing. I need to get that in the plastic.
There's a kid in college. There's a kid that could have went to college right there.
Here's probably one of the biggest bums that ever played. Whenever I say, now this is after he jumped the shark. When he was on
Sam Perkins, is that Sam?
Sucked. The Lakers owned him. And here's another
he drafted ahead of Jordan, by the way, for those who don't remember.
Adrian Cartwheel, and that's what I'm going to do. Do a new cartwheel for you into the pool after the guy Skeeny. Jeff Turner, another bum. Here comes something good. Ooh, Casey Jones. Who doesn't want that?
I remember they had the colors in these.
Look at the colors. They flicker. It's almost like a rainbow. That was a rainbow. In case you didn't notice, it's special.
There you go. No, that's the.
And here's a guy that that I used to love, the best big man of all, better Wemby before his time. Look at him with a hot shot, Benoit Benjamin.
Speaking of fantasy league, he was a high pick for your center position back in the fantasy basketball.
Here's a dual card. This thing should be worth a ton. Greg Anderson with James Worthy in the background. That's a Hall of Famer. All right, so that's all I got. I really kind of got skunked, I think. I don't think I got too much.
You didn't get the Menendez brothers in any of those cards.
And I didn't get Manute Bobo, who I wanted. All right, so I got nothing. Now we're down to your pack. Yeah, we know you'll get something. And then we got the mystery pack. Ooh.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Let me move the camera again.
Oh, yeah, this is where the sleight of hand happens. This
is 89 Upper Deck. I know for people who will be listening on audio, they'll be like, what am I listening to? We're ripping packs.
Grade the Hakeem looks like a 10. That Mookie. Yeah. That's funny. Oh, yeah. He knows this.
Let's see what we got.
It's going to have a pinhole.
See if these stick together. This started out backwards.
That looks like Nolan Ryan. You pull Roger who?
No, Rafael Ramirez.
Oh, it looked like him. Oh, these are nice. These are upper deck. Yeah,
Maybe
but
let's get the Dale. Listen, I don't. If I don't get the Griffey, just give me the Dale Murphy reverse negative.
I'll take it.
Jackie
Peter Rader.
Gutierrez.
Yep. Don't remember him.
There you go, Andres Galarraga.
He was good. The big gato.
Yep.
He was good. Well,
Upside down,
He's a
Carmelo
bit-
Martinez.
Gosh, he was a bum. 250 lifetime hitter though. That's better than most today.
Here's the funny thing: if there was a Griffey in here, everyone else will see it before me. Rick Russell, remember him?
Wolby,
The guy always
let's go.
the guy always looked like he was 50 years old,
Potbelly
even when he
Rick
was
Russell,
young.
we used to call him, and he was good. He get the job done.
Here we go, Angel Salazar.
Yep. Only a
Yeah, this
million.
one's not as good as that 87 Donruss.
No,
That's
you're
for sure.
skunked. You're getting skunked.
Yeah, Don Slot.
Oh,
Oh, don't
Uh-oh.
forget the round
Something came
the
out.
round sticker. Boom! I can't even tell what team it is.
Oh, it's
That's
a
how we'll-
hologram.
oh.
It's a reverse.
Yeah, Mariners.
Oh, it's a 1 of 1. They were hot.
I'm getting Mariners, just not the right Mariner.
You got something. You got something there. Another sticker. A Mariner.
It's sticking to the card. Baltimore Orioles.
Oh, that's one of your. I like the Orioles.
Scott Fletcher. Little Scott Fletcher.
We need to pull some kind of a Gunnar Henderson or something.
Yeah. Mike Boddicker.
Mike Boddicker.
Yeah, that's so far. This is shaping out to be one of the worst 89 upper deck packs I've ever
I
opened.
think we're all like.
And that's saying something because I've opened quite a bit of these. Tommy Herr. Yikes, man. Larry McWilliams. They should have made the back the front. Look at the back on this card. Look at his face.
Beautiful. Boy, if that wasn't a picture of the 90s there, it looked like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. Rick Roden.
He was a solid major leaguer with the Dodgers. And
Apparently, this is the Rick pitchers pack. Rick Roden, Rick Russell,
Boy.
Jeff Kunkel.
You got kunkled.
Yeah, this is. I got kunked, not skunked.
Kunkled.
Larry Anderson.
He was traded for somebody good, Jeff Bagwell.
And here's the Mariners
Ruben
checklist
Sierra.
card.
Who's the guy
No,
in the front?
I think it's I don't know.
Julio Rodriguez, J-Rod. He
Yeah,
probably had a
it's-
nickname of some kind. He needed a nickname back then.
So man,
right.
that is a bad that's a because this pack is probably what these things probably go $5-7 even in today's.
I mean, that was
dollars.
at least fun though. I mean, for $7
Yeah.
now, you could have bought into a break and got Paul Skeny's 1 of 1. But you're never going to find anything like this. So let's just get right to it, shall we? Let's have
All right,
let's-
this is the guaranteed CAT scan.
This is what you call a scan.
Yeah, Logan, that was
hot.
one of the worst 89 upper deck packs
hot
I've
pack.
ever opened. Here we go.
Hot pack.
I almost
Here we
feel
go.
bad because the wrapping on this is so good.
Whoops, daisy, they're falling out of the bottom. Nope, we don't usually do. This is my first break of my first pack, and look what I get on there. TJ is online outfield.
Yeah, look at that. It's Tony.
There's a winner.
That's his.
right there. Okay, here we go. Break. I'm breaking it open. Here we go. This is going to be in order here. So, oh, look at this. Some shiny. Terry Bradshaw. Epic. It's an epic. 6 of 18.
There
Panini.
you go.
Does anybody know what this is? Can anybody tell me? I saw it, but
Mosaic.
It's
It's a
a mosaic.
Mosaic.
Thank you. Look at this one. Another shiny. Hazul Farak for $100. You're going to get Hazul. But don't be afraid because there's more coming.
Oh, you hit it! You hit it!
No, let's go.
Look at the shape.
What?
Look at the shape.
It looks centered. Look at that
It's
thing.
a Babe Ruth.
Where you
It's a
don't
Babe
get that
Ruth.
at anybody else's pack, but Mike Petty.
Look at
And the
that
card
thing. The
breakers.
corners
We're
look
just
like they
gonna
were
put it-
cut.
And next is Rising Stars. I want to keep the pack up so people don't think I'm stealing. But Babe Ruth's not going anywhere. This is some guy. Who is this?
I can't see it
Jalen
now.
Wrong. Everything is wrong with this card. He's I don't know what it's a score. I had some extras. Jim Neighbors rookie card. No way.
Yeah, and listen, that's it. That's a good card, Malik Neighbors. He's
Is
the
it?
real deal.
He
looks like the real deal for the Giants.
Send it to you. Look at this.
There you go.
Caitlin Clark Hawkeyes card. Let's go. Followed up by Kabami.
There you
Caitlin
go.
Clark signed 1/1. Look at the
Oh.
back. It's all shimmer. Look at this.
What auction house?
Woo-hoo!
What auction house is that going to?
I don't know. Probably Golden. Man, I've been wanting this one for a long time. This is a
Yeah.
M101 Babe Ruth rookie card. Look at the beautiful gloss on that.
Look at the corners.
Sporting News.
It's almost like it was made yesterday.
I mean, it looks beautiful. This will come in your packs. Oh, look at this.
Ty Cobb.
It's a Ty Cobb. Wait, no, it's not. It's a Magpipes Wagner. Hani.
Oh, it's Onus. I get my
It's a
Cobb and
Hani.
Wagner mix.
Yeah, Hashish has one of these on sale for 70 grand. It's yours for 100 if you buy my mystery packs. And then we got, oh, look at this little fill-in. A post Nolan
Post.
Ryan.
Listen, I remember the post series.
Remember
card.
these? They came out like, wasn't this in some kind of a
Three in a pack in a little cellophane
And
bag
you are
inside
not going to believe, we've already got
inside
a
the
Kabumi.
cereal box.
You are not going to believe this. You ready? You know who
I don't know if I'm
It's
ready.
your favorite
I don't know
guy.
if I'm ready.
You guys can't stop talking about him on Hobby Hotline.
Is it
his
Greg
name comes
Jeffries?
up- No, on Hobby Hotline. Every morning, it's Saturday morning. Before it's 8:05 in the morning, you already mentioned his name, and there it is. Oh, no, that's not him. That's Ty Cobb.
Yeah.
This is the guy I was telling you about. VWEM Victor Wembanyama downtowny with a physical cracked ice sparkle.
Cracked ice Wemby.
1/1. Woo! Woo, Johnny! So this is what you're gonna get at Mike Petty's breaking house.
You know what I feel like I'm watching?
Woo!
The old Don West late night
I'll
show.
tell you. Let me tell you something. When you go into a bar and you sit down next to a beautiful woman, she's gonna say, "Boy, I want to go home with you because you got a 1/1 Wemby."
He would always knock the display over or drop it. It was hilarious.
I'll tell you what. Mookie sent me a great video of Don West from, I think it was the early '90s. Him and Ken Golden, and these guys were just pumping and dumping nothing but garbage.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what you've got. I mean, you basically
There was no, unfortunately, Vintage Oddball Cards points out there was no Dick Pole in that Kabumi pack.
and no Don Mossy Kabumi, but that's what we really needed.
Mhm. But that means someone else is going to hit those. That's
Yeah,
all
if you
that
pay
means.
$100 for a pack like that, you're going to get your money's worth out of Mike Petty and the card breakers. All those were scanned and prearranged just for the effect. Kaboomies.
I just hope the Heartbreakers don't try to sue you. Tom Petty's Heartbreakers.
He probably would. I mean, because
I don't know what they're doing now. Rest in peace, Mr. Tom.
They're not
Petty,
doing
but-
anything really. They're just Mike Campbell is touring with his band, and that's about it.
Mm.
The other guys play
And the-
around with them.
Well, the rest of them are available if you want to make them card breakers.
They are, yeah. That's
Yeah,
buddies
Mike
of
Petty,
mine.
the card. So they could say I was an original Heartbreaker. Now I'm a card breaker.
Now I'm a card breaker. I should hire them to do breaks.
Yeah.
I'm sure they love it.
They've got a little extra time, so
Right.
there you go.
Well,
Now
that's
listen.
all I have.
Yeah, with nothing to write home about. Really, probably the Mike Schmidt.
The Mike
87
Schmidt
Donner.
was the best, and the Lawrence Taylor with the cut corner.
Yeah, that's right. You got die cuts before there were die cuts. Right?
Yeah,
So,
but you
and
got to be a little creative.
don't sleep on the Tony DiMarzio before they were stars card.
Yeah, the TJ online, huh?
Remember those in the 70s? They took a picture of a young major league player and they said before they were like, that was Tony DiMarzio's.
Didn't one guy actually make it to the major leagues, or was that just a guy in the World Series or something? It was
No, they used to do it with like the players in the big leagues, and they did them at, I forgot what set it was.
That was
73. I think it might have been 73, 74.
The
It was always
Heroes
funny to see him as kids. But you got Tony Deese. So, that goes to show you, right? Listen, you said it, right? Opening packs, regardless of almost whatever pack it was, right? There's an adrenaline rush to it. It takes us back. It takes us back to our younger. I opened 87 Donners in 1987.
And if you want to go to a show or whatever, and you want to go buy a box of something that you like or whatever, and the problem is see the breaking. My point is it's also made it very hard to buy boxes. It's increased the prices to the public.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you said, prices were dying or things were dying out. So now they almost like have to go to the middleman, and the middleman isn't a wholesaler anymore. They're a breaker. And then you've got just the entertainment factor involved, and they've got to make money, and they're doing work or whatever. But then, I don't know. I just think it's a bad entry into the hobby. It's a bad look for the hobby. But Fanatics doesn't care because they're just I don't know. I have no love for large companies like that, all in all, and I particularly will never support them. I won't go onto their auction site and buy anything. I was talking to one of my friends today about their site, and he said, he's not going on there and buying anything either, because to bid on their site, they want a bank statement from you to bid on their premier auction.
To prove that you can, pay for your
and then I think about it, even Golden, to get me like a lousy $90,000 limit or whatever it was, asked me for a income statement, which I run my own business. He's not getting my bank statement, and I ended up
that's a little.
I sent him my driver's license and a deed to my house. I mean, but why should you have to do that?
Yeah, I get it, and I don't get. Like, I don't like giving out personal. I'll give you my phone number. Like, that's even on most of my social media.
You got my name. You can run a credit check on me, I guess, or you got my credit card. That's
I'm not going to give you I'm trying to think back in my store days. Like, I got online with direct with Fleer and Topps back then, Score, Upper Deck. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. I don't think even then. I mean, this is in the early mid 90s, and I don't remember giving them bank statements. They wanted to see photos of the store and showcases. They wanted to see that there was signage out in the front to designate the store.
And that was a little bit more of a friendly business time too, to do business where you could do it on a handshake, and they'll give you a small limit to start out, and then you pay them on time, and they'll continue, and you build your credit that way. It's not like it is today. But I think the card shops are doing pretty well, all in all too. I mean, I actually was at PSA a couple weeks ago. It dropped because one thing that they can do is they can reholder your cards, and you never lose on the grades. So that's what I kind of started doing. That I gave them 50 cards to reholder, kind of, because the other thing is they were paid to be holdered at one time. Then they just look like crap over time. They're not being in the heat or the cold. But you bought them so many years ago, and they were they're 20 years old, and the labels look terrible. So by just freshening them up a little bit, it should kind of, I don't know. I think it's better than me.
I don't know if they don't do it too much anymore. Sometimes they run specials with those, so they don't cost.
Well, they're $12.99 for $2,000 or less now per card.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. That's not bad. But when you go to a show and take it, they want the higher limit. Yeah. It's $79 a card, which you have to be careful with that. But I don't know. I mean, and then we have the grading. That's a whole other topic. But we can't talk about that in 5 or 10 minutes. But it is what it is. We need them. We need them to succeed. And for the better or worse, you just have to play their game, and yeah, you do have to buy the card, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Little peace of mind there, and buying the
Yeah, I've
card.
said this on my show, Mike. When grading first hit the scene, I was not into grading. Like I was anti-grading, but I've done
Mhm.
obviously over the years, and I've
It's
changed
better
my
than any
opinion.
alternative because at least you have a
Yeah,
starting point, and the stupid thing isn't like nowadays. And probably for the last 3 or 4 years, I will not buy a card unless it's graded, and it's kind of sad. But I mean, when you're spending X amount of dollars on something, it's not like digging through the dollar box anymore. And I have my raw collection, which I love. I probably have half my collection is raw in a couple of boxes, and I sift through those. And I don't care if they're trimmed and they're in X, let's say VG to X mint maybe. They don't need to be
yeah,
graded. They're not
yeah,
worth much, and I just don't
yeah,
care to spend the money on it, or like I don't need all that plastic. The other thing is, like, what are they
yeah,
doing with all this plastic, PSA and all these companies? They say they recycle them, but I got to tell you, I recycle more plastic than PSA ever could recycle. I'm actually a very well-known recycler out in Southern California for the personal care industry. It all goes
yeah,
to really one place. So I don't know if they're sending it there or not, but I'm told that that plastic is not even recyclable because it's coming from China. So
yeah.
it's last
That's
use
interesting.
it's last use plastic. And the only way to recycle it is to incinerate it at a like a Covanta Energy, like they call it, like a waste to
Yeah.
energy. And I doubt very
So
seriously they're
where's it
spending
go? A
that kind of money.
landfill?
Well,
So the
well,
land.
it probably is ending up in the landfill because, like, so if it goes to the recycler and they can recycle some of it, they will, like, they'll recycle 10% maybe or whatever, and then they will landfill the rest of it. The recycler will. If it's going to the
Yeah,
one place in Baldwin Park, I think it might because it's close to Santa Ana. But who knows? I was in when you walk. I kind of wanted to go in there and look around the back. And when you walk in to hand off your cards there, you do go around the back. So I didn't
yeah,
see any bins or anything set up outside. Like I would figure maybe they would have locking tops, roll offs, or something like that for their because they wouldn't want anybody getting into that, or that, like, what do they do with all those cracked slabs? It's
well, I got
probably
an
just
idea. They should melt it down and
yeah.
take bad people to hobby, and like the carbonite, what they did with Han Solo in Star Wars, they should like carbonite freeze like bad folks
Well, it
with
would be
the
nice to think that they could, they could cut it, or they could create pellets out of it to
yeah,
make more, or something like that. But see,
something they can make some kind of energy or something
the bottom
useful.
line is that the process of recycling plastic it's the one of the biggest lies out
Yeah,
there, that it's
I've
very
heard that.
difficult. We used to send it all to China,
Yeah,
but now
yeah,
they stopped taking it because they were just throwing it in
yeah.
the
I got
ocean
a
or
feeling
whatever.
some of it winds up in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, or
Uh,
Thailand. Now they're not
yeah,
illegal dumping or anything like that out here
yeah.
anymore because they'll go to jail for that. But I just say that they're most likely landfilling it all, and if you can imagine that stuff all ending up that and all these shiny cards, they all have heavy metals, precious metal
Yeah.
gems. They've all
You know,
got
you walk
chromium
around the
or
National, every garbage can you walk around the National, all the people throwing out their base cards. It hurts my heart when I see it. It
I
really
wonder if
does.
kids, I mean, I would get my kids to just fish all that stuff out and
Yeah,
just say,
when I
when you
like
start
to
with
see, and I
that.
think they did it. I think they did it at one time.
Mhm.
Then put a box in it that says, "Hey, put unwanted cards here," and give them to people who will want them. And there are people who will want them,
Yeah,
rather
and
than
who
just
knows
throw them
who
in the
if those
trash.
players don't, they probably, a lot of them will end up doing better than these other prospects if
Yeah,
they're
it's
blowing
true.
smoke up their ass and
And a
or
rookie
whatever.
card's a rookie card. I'm still
Yeah,
like base cards don't bother me. That's the other thing. Going real quick and before
yeah.
even when you watch a break, right? And they're
Hmm.
just going through all the base cards so fast, can't even see them, and they're just looking for that one card right out of the
Right, the
package.
parallelogram or the
Yeah,
kaboom they're looking for,
that always like that. I don't even watch breaks
or
at this
the
point, but
autograph. Me neither.
but
Just
that's
really
like,
curious.
man, like I don't expect them to take 2 minutes, but that's it. It's all about how much time we spend so we can get to the next product and
Yeah.
make some more money.
Yeah, that is exactly it. Because if they're not opening, they're not breaking, they're not making money.
Yeah, I'm sure there's even some kind of algorithm. Like they probably tell their staff, we got to break four products in the hour, otherwise we'll
Yeah.
make less money, or it's not.
It's like grading. You
Yeah.
got to grade 15 cards
Yeah.
in 15 minutes, or else you're
Everything. There's
behind.
always a quota. There's always a quota. Whether we know what it is or we don't know what it is.
My only quota is beers.
There you go.
Well, here's looking at you, Newman.
I got Crown. I got Crown and Pepsi tonight.
Oh boy, good for you. You're off to a good start.
Yeah. Well, listen. Hey, first off, Mike, thanks for being the first new guest on the.
Thanks so much for inviting me, for having me. I hope the show goes well.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do these every other week. Very similar to Menches. So the next one, I think, is either the third or fourth. I'll announce the guest when we get a little bit closer. I've got a list of people that I want to get on.
I'm sure they'll all be much more professional than me.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far.
Now, I want everybody to watch me on the Southern Collector, Channel 14. I do a show with Tony, the Southern Collector. Yeah. So it's called The Odd Couple, and we just started our first show. You'll get a little bit of the Petty Minute. It's funny because Tony's a great guy. And and I'm pretty much not, but he kind of keeps me straight, and we play off each other. But he's just a great guy. Yeah. He's got a great channel and a great collection. We kind of just hit it off. So anyway, watch that. And then other than that, Mookie Chilson's channel, you got to check him out. Midlife Cards, Splendid Sports, all these guys. Return to Collecting. There's a lot. Yeah,
there's so much. I talked with you before we went live. I need to start doing more content that's separate from the audio stuff I already do and create some more. It's on my list.
Well, you have a good time slot. Nobody wants to mess with your Friday night here. You have a 6 o'clock, 9 Eastern show, and you have Hobby Hotline. Are you on?
Logan is hosting tomorrow along with. Oh man, I should know. Logan, help me out. It's Victor. Oh man, let me look real quick.
Now, Victor,
it might be Victor.
His content lately is A1. Since he got his not only does he do
it's Logan, Victor, and Orlando. It's Logan, Victor, and Orlando tomorrow.
Victor is going to also do like a painting side job, a painting channel and a remodeling network. So he's really good at that because he's been in remodeling for 6 months. But his channel's been really good lately since he's given up on all the rookie card stuff because people are bored.
I can't barely nail a nail into the wall. So
I can drive a hammer right through the wall, no problem.
Yeah. So tomorrow, shameless plug, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Logan, Victor, and Orlando.
That's really, again, team. Get on there. And
when you talk about good guys in the hobby, right?
Yeah.
Three of those come right to the
and
top
I have
of the list.
35 minutes plus or minus. I have the under on how long it takes to mention Wembanyama.
I got a feeling I kind of know the topics. I don't think you're going to hear a lot of Wemby talk. Unless it's you in chat. Unless it's you in chat trying to get it going.
I'm done with that guy.
It's going to take you in chat, Mike, to get it going. But other than that, I don't think it's.
The over-under before he had the blood clot with the trombonitis, before he had that, it was 5 minutes. And you guys were on the unders every time.
I think you're going to be, if you're looking for Wemby talk tomorrow, you might be disappointed. If you like Paul Skeens and the $1 million patch card,
it
might be the it might be the show for you.
I got my fat little fingers ready for the chat. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, hey, everybody, thank you for being in the chat room. If you're listening in audio, this will come out on Monday on Sports Card Nation on the audio side. We appreciate you taking your time out even there. And listen, I get it. You don't want to see my ugly mug? I don't know. I get that. Yeah, there you go.
Get to the Apple Podcast. They don't have to look at you. That's great.
Yeah, I would do that if I was you too. So I'm not going to be mad at you.
Oh, I love you. We love you, John.
All right, man. Again, Mike, we'll do it again. We'll have to do a Sports Card Nation.
I love it.
That's a different type of show.
So,
all right. Have a good night. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you.
All the best.